Hi everybody, Ahmad Sadiq here from Land Trust Title of Central Florida. Let's talk title. Today, I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about a type of transaction that we see quite frequently here in Florida. Those are transactions that have FIRPTA sellers. And what we mean by that is when a seller on a transaction happens to be a foreign national. There's very important questions that you want to ask your sellers when you are going for your listing appointment. And having those questions answered up front can make a very big impact on being prepared for the transaction, having the transaction processed properly, and making sure that the transaction closes on time. So the first question you want to ask at every listing appointment is to make sure to ask whether the seller happens to be a foreign national. If the answer to that is yes, is the title of the property currently under the individual or individuals, or is the property in the name of an LLC? Because that can have pretty big implications on whether FIRPTA actually applies to the transaction. Once we've determined that FIRPTA does apply, the next question you want to ask the seller is whether they already have a FIRPTA specialist that they're working with. In many instances, when a property is owned by a foreign national, they're going to know what FIRPTA is, and they'll already have their ducks in a row and have a FIRPTA specialist that they're working with. And if they don't, then you can reach out to the title company and they can refer out to a number of professionals that can assist in that. The next thing you want to do, and this is something all listing agents have to do, is prepare a seller's net sheet to give them an idea of what they're going to be able to walk away with in the transaction. And this is where FIRPTA really comes into play. When FIRPTA does apply, when the withholding does need to happen, that can shave 15% off the top. And this is a point that we see a lot of confusion with. It's not 15% of the net proceeds from the sale, it's 15% based on the sales price of the property. So once there's a determined sales price, you're taking 15% off, and then everything else is reduced from that. So when you are preparing those sellers' net sheets, you want to make sure that you know the answer to that question, because that way, once you provide the information to the seller about what they should walk away with, take the 15% off the top, and they'll have a very good idea of what they should be able to net by the time the transaction closes. Guys, I really appreciate you spending some time with me today, and I hope to see you next time.